Welcome everybody to another week of Aussie Max Zone. Yes, how are we this week? My name's Glenn and this show is all about Apple and the iPhone and the iPad and everything Apple has that's good for your life. That's right. So we're going to bring you some news and some tips and tricks this week and every week. So I hope you sit back and enjoy the show. All right, the Aussie Max Zone is brought to you by athwebhosting.com.au, Aussie Tech Heads Web Hosting. Some nice little, great little affordable hosting on Australian servers on Australian soil. So how do you like that? Nice and snappy. All right, now let's get straight into it. Let's go and talk to Jace. Hi, Jace. How you doing?
Hello, I'm well, and hello everyone. Back again this week. So it's been a bit on and off again the last few weeks, but on again this week.
That's good. Oh, it's that daylight saving. Are you used to it? Now? It's finished.
I don't know. It can't milk the cows. Curtains are fading. It's all going wrong.
Oh, you can't see. You couldn't get the eclipse tonight or this week because it was all faded out or whatever. It was still
faded out. Yeah.
The sun was still up, wasn't it? Oh, I don't know. No moon for you. All right, sounds like something out of Seinfeld, doesn't it? No moon for you. All right. Down there,
Indeed.
Down there, right in the thick of daylight saving and the new airport of Badgerys Creek is Michael. How you going, Michael?
Good day, everybody. It's great to be here.
Yeah, now,
looking forward to my airport.
Yes. Now, how far away are you from Badgerys Creek?
Oh, about 5 miles.
Oh, sweet.
If that.
Oh, you'll be. Are you happy? Are you for or against the decision?
Oh, yeah.
Or too early to tell.
Whether it just depends how much noise it's going to do. And
yeah,
while we're still currently in a Air Force flight path, we'll probably be all right.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you'd have to be looking forward to. I don't know how much you travel, but instead of going all the way into Mascot.
Crap load. Yeah. For that.
Yeah. So what people are going to come in. And, sorry, I've just hijacked the show onto no pun intended, but just hijacked the show just to talk about this because I just found it interesting, but we'll get back on track. So what happens if people come in to fly into Badgerys Creek, then they've got to catch a train or a taxi? They're trains, I guess, that goes back to the city. Is that right?
Oh, they'll put a rail link out there. They'd have to put a rail link out there into the city.
Yeah.
But
it's been promised for how many elections now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's actually getting done this time, isn't it? The infrastructure prime minister's at the helm, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's going to have to do something to create employment. To get his million jobs or whatever it is he's trying to get. So.
Well, that's a good way of creating employment, isn't it? You start an infrastructure.
Just build infrastructure.
Mega build.
Properly.
Yeah, that's right. The NBN seems to have gone off the rails a bit, but I don't know. Can't do much about that, can you? It's just, I don't know, maybe you not so much down in Sydney, but maybe not so much Jace over there in Adelaide, but I know up here, every second person I go to see day to day to, do a computer repair or whatever, the internet, they'd be lucky to be getting more than 10 meg down, and that's at best, it's really, really poor. And most of the people just got 4G or whatever it is. It's just really poor.
It's not good. Yeah, I'd be pretty upset if still had ADSL. Luckily enough, we could get cable because nothing else is coming anytime soon by the looks of it.
I don't know if you saw, but I posted up on the Aussie Tech Heads Facebook page, on our Facebook page. I did a 4G speed test tonight. I don't know, I was just outside and, I looked at the thing and I went, I got 4 bars on Telstra 4G. So I thought I'll do a speed test. I haven't done one for a while. I got 77 down. How good's that? That's massive, isn't it? I think I got about 40 up, 36 to 40 up as well. So that's.
But I didn't do a speed test, but I was using 4G today while I was being driven along Parramatta Road, and I didn't think it was that quick actually.
Yeah.
So whether there's a lot of people,
maybe
doing things in the traffic or not, but it was crap.
Yeah. Well, you're in a bigger city. Well, we're on the Goldie, so it's not as what's our population? 300,000. Well, in there.
But it's only how many people are around the tower, not how many people are in the town.
Yeah, around the tower.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows how it works? But I was pretty happy with that. I thought it would have been a bit slower than a year ago, but anyway, it was good. But talking of Apple, funny that Apple buys hydroelectric green energy project near Oregon data center. Now, Oregon, where was that? Is that south, north USA? Does anyone know?
That's It's in the middle
care?
somewhere, but I'll
Oh,
look
is
it
it?
up while you keep
All right.
heading along.
Apple is expanding. That's good to hear. Its use of clean energy to power its iCloud data centers with the company's Prineville, Prineville, Oregon.
Yeah.
Facility now flanked by a small hydroelectric project acquired by Apple. Now, Tumut in New South Wales. Now, that obviously, the comments here I've got is that Tumut must be near the Snowy Mountains hydroelectric scheme.
Yes.
So yeah, Tumut should be thinking about maybe putting its hand up for companies to set up there to pump up some manufacturing down there using the hydroelectric from the good old Snowy. Yes. So what do you think about Apple delving more into that, Michael? Anything use of green power's got to be good.
Green power has to be good, yeah, and it's sustainable at the moment. So Oregon, just for reference, is northwest coast of the states, just below Washington.
Right.
Sort of the next area down.
Oh, yes. So it's over that side, yep.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't imagine any Australian companies who come up and say, all right, I want to buy that hydroelectric power plant. Like,
no, but surely, so I don't know. Do you know much about how it all works, the power plant? So I guess that I understand that like the basic principle is the water, as the water flows through the big turbines, turn and that creates the electricity. But so I suppose as the water flows and the turbines turn, they've got like stacks of turbines lined up down the river, I guess.
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
Yeah, have you ever seen it? That'd be out in your way, wouldn't it? Snowy Mountains.
It's a bit further away than that, but yes, I've been to a couple of power plants down there. Yes.
Yeah, I've never even been there, so probably next time I go to Sydney, it might be probably educational to go and have a look.
It won't be Sydney that you go to Snowy Mountains. It's past Canberra.
Oh, is it that far down?
Yeah.
I thought it was out near you. That's how much I know.
No.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, the Snowy or the Blue Mountains, as it's also affectionately known, isn't it?
I've got the Blue Mountains. They're different.
Oh, it is different. Oh,
it's a different place altogether.
They're all mountains. And Kosciuszko's in there somewhere.
Queenslanders don't get out much, do you?
Kosciuszko's in there somewhere, isn't it? Is that near you? I've got to get one of them near you.
That's in the Snowy Mountains.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I've never climbed that one. I know where Mount Warning is. I've climbed Mount Warning. So,
Mount Warning,
yes. Do you know where that is?
That's the one near you, isn't it?
That's right. That's right. Out at Byron Bay, the highest, most easternest point of Australia, where the sun shines on first. So that's all good.
That's right. And you would have fitted right in there.
I did when I was up there. Yeah. I let the sun hit the part of my body that the sun doesn't normally see. So Jace,
you took your cap off. Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Took my shirt off. So, Jace, did you have any comments on the hydro scheme at Tumut or anything like that, or you're for
or the Blue Mountains, the Snowy Mountains?
That's right. So,
look, I think it's pretty much along, Apple's in Apple's DNA, isn't it? Really around the green energy and the sustainable, having sustainable data centers and processes. So I think it's all positive. And again, there's a lot that's going to be delivered through iCloud and through data centers. So it's going to, I guess, position them well for all of that, and maybe even more with whatever's happening with the Apple TV as well around being able to deliver content. Those data centers are important, and obviously having a sustainable power source is key to keeping those things online.
Now, is it strange or not strange that they chose to do it by hydroelectric project? Like, I suppose they'd have to make sure it rained a hell of a lot, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I guess you just look for opportunities, don't you, as to, around hydro. I guess it's going to be where there's water, the same as for the, where they've got out in the deserts, those big arrays of solar cells. It's, I guess, covering the different ways of capturing energy. There's some interesting stuff on YouTube as well, which are around Google's data centers and how they run them, which is worth looking at. Where they're locating them around places that they can use the outside environment to do the cooling, because obviously heat's a big thing in a data center. And the way they build their own machines and the way that they use batteries within the machine rather than big UPSs, it's just really interesting stuff if you're into data centers and sustainable data centers and that, which is obviously the big thing for Google, Apple, Amazon. I mean, they're big business and a big part of their business, and it's interesting to see how those guys set that stuff up.
Well, there's a lot of hard drives to keep cooled, so everything's got to be nice and temperature controlled, and all the little tech boffins got to be nice and chilled, haven't they? You don't want them overheating.
Indeed, it does.
don't want the boff heads getting overcooked. That's for sure. All right, file, save. All right, so we'll come back with who's next? Jace. CarPlay. Partners, yes, I've got all that. All right, now you might have seen cars, or you've been listening to overseas podcasts, and they're talking about in-car stereos, and your iPhone's talking to the stereo, and it's all hooked up together, and it's all just swimming around nicely. Jace, you got some info to tell us about the Apple and CarPlay.
And the CarPlay, right? Indeed, I have. So one option of getting CarPlay, of course, is to go out and buy a Ferrari or Jaguar.
Easy, done.
Maybe Mercedes or a Volvo, done. Yep, and you've got CarPlay all set.
Wouldn't it be easier to buy like a little Lancer and then spend the money you've saved in putting just a whole new dashboard in it, and you'd be right.
Well, indeed, I think when the iPad came out, there was a lot of mods and videos going around with people getting iPads into their vehicles.
Yes.
But Alpine are partnering with Apple, or licensing from Apple the CarPlay system. So, if you are looking to upgrade your Lancer and get the doof happening and the big subs happening, if you get an Alpine head unit, they're looking at supporting the CarPlay protocol sometime in the second half of 2014. So potentially, I guess, where it's things like Bluetooth and that have come as part of head units. I guess CarPlay now is coming through. And I think it was Alpine and Pioneer, I think, who were fairly early on in getting the iPod connector compatibility, back in the day. So it's not surprising they see an opportunity there that a lot of people have got iOS devices. So it makes them stand out from the crowd, I guess.
Yeah. So what sort of features do you get with CarPlay? Is it just pump your music through the radio or through the stereo?
It's display, so it will work, presumably with your
like GPS?
iPhone. I guess you could plug in your iPad if you wanted to. But the whole point around it is where it's inbuilt in the vehicles. It's, I guess, part of the normal screen and navigation type system they've got in there.
Right.
CarPlay is providing that feature. This will be similar, that the Alpine units are going to come with a 7-inch display.
Wow.
And
you
dock your iPhone to it, and I guess you're leveraging your iPhone to do all the things around navigation, your phone calls, messages, etc. But I guess with that sort of funky display they've got, that's with the larger icons and easier to read, designed for in a vehicle, which is a little bit different to, I guess, if you just took your iPad in there and
strapped it,
put a suction cup onto the dash or something like that.
Yeah, well, I've got an Alpine stereo in my car, and it's got the new Bluetooth 2 format, or whatever you want to call it. And I can just connect my phone to the Bluetooth and pump the music through. It's great, and or the speaker. So anything that goes through the iPhone goes through the car stereo, which is great. And I specifically bought that car radio setup because of the Bluetooth 2 specification, so I could do exactly that. So when this comes out, this is just going to take it to another level. Like, it's going to have the inbuilt GPS and everything. I can't wait. So there is an aftermarket one if you don't want to buy a Jag. That looks like, yeah. So what did you say? It's launching, second half 2014 and between $500 and $700. That's not bad, I suppose. But you got to fit it in, haven't you? I wonder if it's a double din or whatever. Michael,
Well, it'd have to be, wouldn't it? 7-inch display would have to be, unless it's a pop-out one.
There's a screen pops out at the front, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And like slides back in under. Is that the thing? Like they can slide back in under itself?
Yeah.
So how would you connect
Dunno.
your phone? You'd Bluetooth to it, I suppose. Would that?
It has to be hard. No, it does say it has to be hardwired. So obviously it's got some funky stuff going on there.
Oh, okay.
But I guess the bonus of that is at least your phone charges at the same time.
Now we all know, Michael, you'd be out there. You've probably already ordered that Merc, haven't you? With the CarPlay?
Looking forward to it. Yes, yes.
With his nice little shiny iPhone 5S, and the little gold finger things sminkling around in the sunshine, twinkling away.
Yeah, twinkling away with my bling.
Yeah, riding down the street in the Merc. Good work. Have you got any comments on that CarPlay, Michael?
Can't wait.
Yep. All right. Good stuff.
Can't wait. It's simple as that. Yeah.
Good stuff. Now, you've also been notified of some new products this come due to land on the shores.
Yeah. So this is our products just released in Australia section that's getting better, I hope. So we've just been notified some new products in Australia through TNS distribution, which used to be Connexus. It's the UNU range of battery and power packs for iPhone, iPad, and others, but we'll just keep it here. I think the extra battery and the extra power, like I've used it when I've been at the Grand Prix, for example, and you're doing a lot of filming, so then you just charge your phone up. That's where I use it mostly. But if you're going away or you're camping, you're going to be away for extended times from power. Or like I say, you got a big day of filming on your iDevice, and you can just plug it in and run it. Some of them come with clips that go hold it onto the phone. Some of it's just another battery clip. Some of them have got USB, and you need your cable to charge it with.
Yep.
There's different types. We'll have a link in the show notes.
All right, good stuff.
Go and have a look. Yeah.
Now, Michael, you collect the stuff. You like people to send you emails if they're bringing something into the country, and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and what's the web or the email address? If someone's got a product that's coming in, or they're bringing something in, or they want to tell us about it, what's the email address?
That's the famous one, marketing@aussiemaxzone.com.au.
Oh, how do you like that one, eh? Marketing@aussiemaxzone.com.au. We couldn't have got that better if we tried.
Oh, I thought it might have been Michael's mailbox at aussiemaxzone.com.au.
Oh, it goes to the same place, But yeah, so that's good. So so that sounds all right. So yeah, once again, if you got a... Sorry, Jace, go ahead.
Let us plug your device. Let us plug your device. That's what we're happy to do. Yeah,
so we're happy to give it a shot, and send us some pictures as well. If you're going to email, send some pictures and a review or something, or do something. So we just don't have to just I don't know. We like to be we like it easy for us. We don't want to have to join dots or anything like that. We don't have time for the dot joining. Yeah, so that's good. So Michael's got that. He's got little bits and pieces coming in and fast each week, so he might get one from the Jags when they come in, the CarPlay one.
Yeah,
but that's good. All right, good stuff. All right, we're a bit 2 minutes short on that. I just could not think of anything else to say. All right, what's next? Oh, it's my question. All right,
it's exciting.
Oh, super exciting, isn't it? Now, the best thing that I like about this show is that I can tell you about AussieTechHeads.com.au. We can tell you about the other show that we do. And if you listen to wherever you're listening now, if you just have a little search around, if you're in iTunes, search Aussie Tech Heads, or if you're on Phase FM, it's Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. But look, and one of the other things I like on the show is because I'm not as smart with Apple as the other two guys, but I love asking questions. Now, I've got a question here. My question of the week is, now, because I keep getting these errors on my Windows PC, and it's saying that I'm, hard drive C running out of space, hard drive C running out of space, and it's been driving me crazy because I couldn't find where the space was, where it was gone. So I opened up the the thing, whatever. I said, give me a list of everything that's more than 2 gig, blah blah blah. Filtered it all down, and do you know where a lot of the stuff was? It was actually in the iPhone iOS backups. I suppose. First of all, I'm going to ask you guys. First of all, when does a backup get recorded there? Is it not a nightly backup? Otherwise, I'd have 1,000. Is it just my manual ones? Or what does get recorded on the computer? Do you know, Michael?
Well, it's definitely your manual ones,
right? Yes.
So if you've gone in and chosen backup, or before you do you can do a backup and restore.
So it's the
definitely those, yeah.
Yeah. So the auto ones, do they overwrite each other? Do you know, or where do they? Do you know where they go? Or are they just in the cloud?
Not off the top of my head, but I'll look it up.
All right. Well, all right. We'll see how you go with that.
Jace, back me up here.
We'll see how you go. But anyway, what sort of my question leading on to, not that what are they? Who cares really what they are, as long as they're there somewhere. But they take up so much space. How do I delete them? Can I be? Because I looked at them the other day, and there's a few of them in the. I think it was. Where was it? It was in the under the user account, and sort of buried down a bit. And I looked at them, and they were all long, probably even hexadecimal named folders. And I'm thinking, geez, I don't want to delete any of this. Sweat started coming up to my brow. I don't want to delete any of this. It might be, I might stuff up a backup, or I might stuff something up, or blah, 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 blah. But there must be a way to get rid of these because they were chewing up all my space. So there is an answer. There is an answer. Now, Michael, what is the answer? Or are you still looking up, or can you do two things at once?
Yeah, so you can delete those files, but the easiest way to do it, so you don't have to get confused by the hexadecimal type naming scheme, is just to go into open iTunes, and then in the iTunes menu, there's a preferences folder. And in there's devices, and you'll see a list of your iPhone or your iPad backups.
Right.
And then you can choose the old ones and throw the old ones away. If you don't think you're going to need them anymore, you're not going to go back and jailbreak from 2 years ago.
Yep.
Then you'll be right. Yeah.
Well, look, I'm going to do that, and that's going to be pretty soon, probably tomorrow, because some of those files, and they were folders, and there was quite a few of them, they were had 6 gig in them each. That's getting quite large. And, especially when you start putting 10, 15 of them together. And so, if I can delete some of those, because I've only got a little, as my drive C, it's in my PC, it's only a little SSD. And, you don't get those two, they're not massive sort of things. They're I think it's only about 120 gig or something, so. Yeah.
But you, just to take that further, you can put your iTunes account on the spinning drive, but have iTunes, the application running on the SSD.
Well, I did try something similar to that. Now, I think I could probably maybe answer my question, my next comment, but we'll see how we go. But I did set it up, but it kept reverting back to drive C. Now, would that be because I did set it up so it would save onto a network drive? Okay, so it was on the network, not on the local PC. But I'm thinking maybe for some reason, maybe rebooting or whatever reason, say the network drive went offline and iTunes goes, nah, stuff that. I'm just going back to where I know. Would iTunes revert?
Yeah. Yes, that's right. And also, if it hasn't been given a drive letter, like in Windows, it doesn't always get a drive letter. Depends how you do the sharing.
Yeah.
It can lose its track there.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I went looking for a couple of podcasts, I think it was, and I thought, why aren't these in this folder? And then when I sort of right-clicked on them in iTunes and looked at them, and they said, it's back to Drive C. And I went, oh, okay, right, well, I'm just going to leave it there then. But yeah, so that's interesting. But it's still, I know how to delete stuff now, so that is good. That is good. Now, how did you go with that other thing? Did you find anything?
Well, if Mike hasn't found anything, I do have a bit of a tip at the moment.
Yeah.
So just on disk space, for the Mac, obviously, if you're wondering where all yours has gone, there's a good product made by Omni Group who make OmniGraffle and a few other things, but it's free, called Omni Disk Sweeper. And if you download that and run it, it will basically scan your hard drive, and it will show you where all your space has disappeared to. And it just reminded me of that, Glenn, because I went and had to do that before on one of my Macs that I had iTunes on, and to find that much of my space had disappeared in indeed iPhone and iOS backups.
Okay.
So it gives you, it's a good little way of just chasing down where things are, and maybe some files you've forgotten or whatever, to reclaim some space.
Now speaking of that, like with my little Mac Mini, then because like I can tell it's getting slower. Like, and it's not well. Obviously, it's running out of space, but it's not like critical. But I find that it's getting slower. Now, I've already about a year ago, I suppose, or maybe a year ago, I did what I thought was reinstall the operating system. So I've never really like cleaned it and started afresh. Like by doing it,
you can pave.
Oh, yeah. Is that the only way to? Do you recommend that's a good way to go?
Look, I guess eventually, that's the way that you're not going over the top. So it is an option if you get the installer to blow it all away and restart.
So if you how do you get the installer? Can you download it from the iTunes from the App Store, from the Mac App Store?
You can when you get it. I guess what I've tended to do is when the upgrades have come, I've grabbed it then and kept hold of a copy of it.
Right.
I don't know, Michael. Where do you grab it from in other times?
I think
if you don't already have a copy.
I think you can still download it, can't you? It's always there to download.
Yeah, you just got to. Yeah, sometimes they're a bit harder to find, but you can always download again. Yeah.
Well, I thought, can't you just go to the App Store and isn't it like say Lion just there there somewhere?
No, because once it's been upgraded, it's generally taken off the site.
Oh, right.
Like currently, you have to ring Apple.
Mavericks will be there. Yeah, but I don't know about the older ones now. That's hidden. Yeah,
you have
disappeared.
You have to ring Apple to get Snow Leopard, for example. You can buy that particularly because that's as far back as Mavericks will go for a free upgrade.
Right.
So for people that have got, say, 10.5 and need 10.6, you can still buy Snow Leopard, which you can then install and then get your 10.9 for free.
Okay, so the best, if you don't want to go to that trouble, like what do you wait till the new one comes out and download it while you can? Is that the secret? Like
yes, that's like but when you do download it, you don't want to do the auto install. You have to actually download it, then make a copy of it because it shows up in your applications folder as install Lion or install Mavericks or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
You have to make a backup of that straight away and then do the auto install because it deletes the installer.
Yes.
When you press when you press install me, it just installs it and gets rid of the installer.
So I can do like a restore, but it's still not getting rid of everything and putting something fresh on. Is that
no?
That's right.
No.
Yeah. Because I think because mine hasn't been cleaned like nuked since I bought it, and I don't know how old this Apple the little Mac Mini is. Probably good 2 years, 3 years maybe. And I just find it just a little bit sluggish, and I think I'd really like to just clean that off and start afresh. But my immediate concern is
save that for next week because I'll give you an explanation of what to do first.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of things you can do first that make a difference. Definitely make a difference.
All right, good stuff. All right, well, we'll do
you're
that.
Getting greedy. Just one question at a time.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, look, well, I've got the doyens here. I'm going for my life.
And now to stretch it out just a bit more.
Yes, please.
The difference between syncing and backups, which I've just discovered, which I never really looked into before. So, because your phone you can set your phone up to automatically sync to your iTunes account.
Yes.
But syncing looks after music, videos, photo, contacts, calendar, bookmarks, and settings. But a backup looks after text messages, notes from the Notes app, locations from Maps, call history, contact favorites, cookies, settings. Again, that's like sound, widget, network, Photos, they are backed up and synced, and mostly it stores the data from the third-party apps.
Yeah,
so
right.
if you're up to a certain point in a game,
so the normal nightly sync yes,
is different, and that's why it's not as big.
Yeah, righty ho. Well,
I never knew that. So thank you, Glenn.
Oh, that's my pleasure. Oh, look, through my meanderings, I must obviously it might sound like I got a lot of time on my hands, but little things just come up, and I ask a lot of little questions, and thankfully we get them answered. All right, safe. So what are we up to? So we've done the 10 to 20. We've done the 20 to 30. Now we're up to the last one. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What's next? We've got the adult tip.
Yeah, I've got a handy photo from Jason. You want to do that? And then I'll do the dough tip. And then
yeah, okay.
Where's handy photo?
Yeah, mine will be pretty quick.
Oh,
and then you do your clean. Then you can do your clean your screen, Glenn.
Yeah. Is the handy photo in the Jason AA screen, or is that been put in, or that's just what we're doing? All right.
Yeah, I don't know what he wants to type. What he wants to say about handy photo. It's just there to keep it in order. That's all.
Oh, there it is now. Oh, it just popped up now.
That didn't work, did it?
No, it went away. That's all right. Handy photo. All right, that's all right. I can work with that. I can work with handy photos. There's so many photo apps.
Yes.
So
that's because it's such a good camera.
Look, if there's a popular app on the iPhone, it's a photo app. Like fair dinkum, how many are there? Well, good news. We're going to hear about one more. Chase.
One more handy one, Glenn.
A handy one. No doubt this will be one of the best. So, what do you got, Jace?
I've got Handy Photo. So
Handy Photo.
It's a photo editing app, and look, whilst no substitute for full-on Photoshop on the Mac, on your iPhone or iPad, as the name implies, it is actually quite handy. And it's got some quite powerful tools, really, for something on those devices around clone stamp, photo uncropping, and selective editing features. And one of the really good ones, which is still quite cool just to do on the iPhone, iPad, is if you want to remove an object from a photo. It's really quite powerful, stuff that you normally see in Photoshop. So if you have a person or an object in a photo that you want to remove, you can essentially trace a line around them, and it doesn't need to be hugely accurate, but just sort of get in around, say, like a person that you've got in a photo. You can click the little tool, and it will actually then snap in around them pretty tightly, and you can remove them from the photo, and they go, but you don't end up with a blank space where they were. It's actually will fill in the background for you.
So how does it do that?
It's quite cool.
Does it sort of get a sample of the background on either side or something? Or how does it work that?
Yeah, I've had a bit of a play, and I look, from the demos I've seen around it, and look, if you got something like, something easy like sky or something in most of the background, it will sort of, work out, I guess that's sort of predominantly what's around that object, and we'll just sort of fill in around it. It's not, 100% foolproof, but it's pretty damn good. And I guess if you need to do a quick edit whilst out the road with your phone or your iPad, it does it does a pretty good job. If you can't get back to home or the office to jump onto something like Photoshop. And look, I would say for for a few dollars, which it is, it's certainly much better than Photoshop Touch. That's available on iOS.
So I remember when the Photoshops first come out, or computers first come out, and it was all the rage was, people cutting out the president or cutting out the prime minister and, putting them in your same photo, or cutting out the Hoff and putting him in your photo. He was more popular.
Oh, the Hoff. Isn't that? There's another meme. There's another Hoff meme going around at the moment. He never gets sick of the Hoff.
No, you don't. I don't know why, but you just don't, do you? But I mean, now you can do all this, and so it looks like this person is actually in the photo, but you're not going to do that and put that up on your wall, are you? Because I think it's just, that it's not real. And I think, to me, that's very detracting from the whole thing. So, yes, I don't know if anyone ever does this. Probably people out there goes, oh, look, I've had dinner with someone.
Sometimes it's a bit of fun. Sometimes it's, maybe you're doing something to, I don't know, create a picture that you are going to, I don't know, using, for your work or whatever, if you're out and about, and I don't know, you might be a real estate agent, I guess, taking a picture of a house. There was someone walking past or whatever, just to chop them out. It's obviously, look, it does a good job, but it's obviously a fairly quick, it's a little bit quick and easy, I guess. But it's still not the same as coming back and spending your time doing it on Photoshop. But
no, that's right.
Look, I think that's what it's about these days, isn't it? People are just
they're out and about. They want to
taking photos, sending them around or whatever. It's nice. So too many people actually printing out things these days. So
yeah, they want to snap something, and maybe you've got a dead dog on the road in the middle of your photo, so you just want to just cut that out and push it up to Flickr or something straight away.
Maybe,
for example. So good. That's a good little app. Now, speaking of apps, you can get you can buy paid apps, of course, and you can get free apps. But if you want to get a paid app for free, well, most days, if you go to the facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads, we'll put up an app that you normally would have to pay for, but on that day, it is free. So make sure you download it that day when you see it, because otherwise you get bubkus. You have to pay for it. All right? So that's facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads. Now, that must mean that it's time for Michael's tip of the week. What's your tip of the week, Michael?
So I've got a little handy time saver. So when you finish reading an email, or you finish reading a message, or you're checking your settings, exploring your music playlist, instead of having to hit the home button and to go back on something else, you can actually just keep swiping, and it'll take you back to the previous page and the previous page, and you'll go all the way back up till you get to the last page where you came in at. Just by swiping. You don't have to sort of, if you're doing email, for example, you can go from, I've read that email, go back, choose the next one, read that one, go back, choose the next one, read that one, go back, choose the next one.
Right, so when you're finished with an email or message, fiddling with the setting that's on the music, swipe backwards. Oh, so backwards as in not forwards, but backwards. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Right to left, I think, would be the right way to say it. From the right to the left.
Yes. So, because another thing now, I know you're not going to have an answer to this. I think it's just the way it works. But with the email app on the iPhone, is the easiest way to delete an email? Is it to, like, what do you go? You got to go move message and then go to trash. You can't just trash it.
No, you can trash it. You just there's a setting in there that you're getting the error where it comes up and says, like after a couple of seconds, it said this can't be trashed.
No, not that error. I'm just saying I just want to trash things without going to. I haven't got my phone here, but you can go if you want to trash it. You hold your finger on it, slide to the left, and then what you come up with move and archive. Is that right?
It should be a delete button. Isn't there not a delete button or the garbage bin button down the bottom right-hand side? I haven't got my phone here either.
No. Well, okay. Well, think about that one for next week. All right. But I know, but did you? We spoke about that deleting thing last week, I think, didn't we? Did we have to speak about that again? The IMAP thing?
No, I've just left it for another week. So.
All right. It's gone again for another week.
Because we're running out of time. Okay. We're running out of time again because we've filled it up.
All right. And yes, I was going to also talk about how to clean your screen and the best way to do that. But we might have to hold that one over as well, I think. So so let's just go. Yeah, what else can we do? That's about it. Cool. Oh, look, we'll just do the screen one really fast. What's the best way to clean an iScreen? Water, metho, or terps? Writes one keen listener. And he also puts in brackets. No, we can no longer get Ian to do it. Sad face. So obviously that's Ian Turpy. Okay, no, we can't get him to do it anymore.
Where's the soundboard?
Yeah, oh well. The soundboard.
Hey, too slow.
The soundboard is not as up to date as what it could be, but come on down. What's the what do we use here? Do we just use water? What do you use, Jace? Just water?
Yeah, normally it's just a bit of I guess I've got some like soft cloths. I guess that guess that'd be like camera cleaning cloths or whatever. Normally just a bit of a quick wipe over with that. Actually, without anything wet at all. Normally get stuff off like the phone. Sometimes the iPads get a bit grotty with the kids using with a bit of food and whatever. So normally that's maybe a bit of water on a cloth just to get it off, and then probably just like a soft lens cloth or whatever, just to sort of make the screen nice.
Now, I think, Michael, you've put in here a nice little webpage in the show notes for people to go to. It's support.apple.com/KB/HT3226. There you go. Did you get that?
Oh, that little chestnut.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's how to clean all the products all over, like keyboards, trackpads, because there's glass trackpads and non-glass trackpads. There's glass screens and non-glass screens. There's iPods.
And no, you don't lick them.
No. Now, is anyone here...
As tasty as they might look.
Is anyone here an absolute god at putting on those plastic protective screens? Like, can anyone here put them on without bubbling?
I'm not the believer in them.
That's why the girl in the shop does it 400 times a day and does it for nothing for you.
Oh, do they do it in the Apple store?
No, but they do it where you buy the cheap plastic protector things from. Well, they do down here in Sydney anyway.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've done it
in the big smoke. They do, Glenn.
Oh, the big smoke. We can only aspire, Jace, to one to one day take our travelling backside down to the big smoke and just inhale. Oh, Michael, you are so lucky. All right.
Inhale those fumes from Badgery Creek Airport.
Oh, yes. Right. We'll go down before the airport.
Those jet fumes.
That's the first plane going over now.
Yeah. So, are you going to be in the flight path? We'll finish off where we started. Are you going to be in the flight path? Or are you going to?
According to our beloved Premier today, after he came out of the corruption hearing, no.
Right.
Is there any truth in rumor your last name's Kerrigan?
If only.
First name Milo. Whatever happened to him? I don't know. Right. Probably a lot of people probably won't remember Milo Kerrigan. Probably, but anyway, go on to YouTube him. He's funny.
Straight to the pool room.
Yeah. Go on YouTube him. All right, that's about it for this week. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Jace. Thanks for coming in. And
thank you. See everyone next week.
And thanks, Michael. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Looking forward to another week.
Good stuff, and hope a lot more new products come through so we can talk about them. So send them in because we're sending emails out. We just need emails in, and then we can talk about them. All right. So thanks for listening, and I know, I hope you enjoy it, and I know you will join us again next time, which will be next week sometime, whenever it is. All right.
Be next Tuesday night, Glenn.
That's for the live recording. That's right. Yes. So if you're hanging around, go to aussietechheads.com.au/live, and you can indeed watch the recording of the show live. I've got no idea why you'd want to see our ugly heads, but if you have a desire to be frightened, you can be so. All right. So until next week, take care. It's goodbye from all of us. Bye.